Hello everybody, and welcome to the first episode of Let's Play Time Slip for the Super Nintendo. This was a game made in 1993 by a company called The Sales Curve, I believe, and they would eventually go on to, through some mergers or something, to become part of Square. So it's interesting. The game is, I would say overall, a 4.5 or a solid 4 out of 5. It's just slightly below average. And the title screen here kind of sums it up nicely. The planet Tiamat, Earth date 1805-2129. Tamarian discoverers, they discover this temporal thing in space. Earth date, blah, 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 blah. The astronomers discover that the rift is growing at a geometric rate. Jesus, man, give me time to read the screen. The vehicle Torquemada discovers the nearest inhabitable planet, the Earth. So basically, this weird portal opens up in space, and they send a probe through. A plan is devised to conquer humankind by traveling back in time and invading the Earth before man's weaponry is advanced enough to stop the invasion or something. So these aliens are on the other side of the portal, and they've discovered Earth, and they like Earth, but they can't attack Earth because Earth is going to win in a war. We have advanced weaponry. So they decide that they'll go back in time and take over Earth when, we don't have the weaponry. Invasion forces are dispatched to 5 different time zones of Earth's history. But I think if they have the ability to travel back in time, they'll probably win the war anyways. Human intelligence forces discover the Termidians' plan. Their only option is a prototype time travel system. They have the ability to send just a handful of men against the Termidians' entire invading forces. The artwork, again, good, not bad, not great. But here, slightly below average, right? Look at those guys in the green suits. That's not what I would call great. The Termidians launch a huge air attack to destroy the time travel base. Ugh! The human assault force is wiped out before it can be sent back in time. One man is left alive, Dr. Vincent Gilgamesh. He alone is left to face the Tarmatians. The Tarmatians? I don't know. It was a big thing to make up words in the 90s. Primary sequence initiated. Portal lock on active. Target date, Egypt. It's ironic to me, or it's not ironic, it's weird to me that they sent him to Egypt here in the beginning of the story, but the very first stage that I play will not be Egypt, so he does not go to Egypt right away. I'm not sure why they chose that one as the intro story. And again, you can tell by the title screen, it was very difficult to make a Super Nintendo game in general. So you have to give everybody credit. Even the worst Super Nintendo game is still fairly good for being able to do so. Making a Super Nintendo game back then is every bit as difficult as making a Xbox 360 game today or something. But they didn't do a terrible job. They didn't do a great job. It's slightly below average. Let's just jump in and I'll show you how it works. So, like I said, in the story, we get to see this, and he goes to Egypt. But what we're going to see here is that he actually goes to medieval. I'm not sure why they didn't put the medieval section in the intro story. Maybe Egypt was originally supposed to be the first stage. Maybe they just thought it was more inspiring. Like if you walked by the arcade cabinet and saw Egypt. So here we go. It starts off and it's just a basic Contra shooter. The first thing that I noticed is that the very first time I played the game, I fell in that first hole 3 or 4 times. That jump is a little bit trickier than you might initially expect. The second thing is that if I try to shoot this guy shooting arrows, you'll see that I just keep shooting the dudes running instead, right? And I can't ever hit the guy with the arrows. The trick is to get your bullets just above the bridge. And if I can do so, they will go under the feet of the people running for some reason and hit the guy shooting arrows. I don't know why that is. I don't know if that was done by design or if that's like a glitch. No clue. This crate that I shot, that's the only way to get upgrades and stuff, and this bullet is a weapons upgrade. You'll see in the top right, I'm now at bullet level 2. The bridge will fall. Whoa. You got to watch out for aliens. They're the ones that will shoot. You'll see I'm at bullet level 2, so I shoot faster. I can go up to 4 levels. It's important. I have the 5 hit points above where it says bullet level 2. And it's important to keep full life because the only way to get an extra life is to have full health and then pick up a health point. I'll kind of explain that later. Another thing I want to point out immediately, sorry for not doing much, is I have 9 lives, but I have no continues. Right? So what that basically means is that in Contra you would have 3 lives and 3 continues, which would be a total of 9 lives. In this game, they took away the continues, gave you all 9 lives up front. And you wouldn't think it would matter, but it actually has a strange mental effect on you to get so far in the game, die, and then not see a continue screen. So anyways, back to playing. I can run under these things, but if you shoot them, they pause, and I think it's better to pause them and then jump on top. If I hold down the B button, I can shoot in place without running. Otherwise, I have to constantly run and shoot, but here I can like stand in one spot. You're going to use that frequently to shoot enemies, especially in places where it's more difficult to reach. It's very helpful in bosses. This time, I don't have to do anything tricky because nobody's running. And again, because of the alien, falling platforms like that really suck. Normally you want to just run over them. The first time I played the game, the platform fell, and he has a weird jump arc, so I found it really difficult to get back onto the bridge. That's a bullet upgrade, bullet upgrade. Okay, so this battery is a life, right? So that's my maximum gun. I have a spread. And you're going to see when I pick it up, I have 9 lives now, but now I have 10 lives. But what it did is it took away all of my health. Basically, the health points word wrapped around the screen and gave me an extra life. And now I can only get shot twice without dying. So you have to play the game very, very well. And I think that it's an interesting mechanic to give you extra lives. And I think that even from like a coding point of view, this guy's going to charge at me right now. So just duck underneath. Now he's going to come from behind and he's going to charge at me from the front once more. So we're going to shoot and we're going to duck. And now he's going to like kind of come down from the top. So you just get underneath him and blast away. And he's going to kind of come over a little. Oh, whoa, he fell on me. Good thing I dodged him. He shouldn't, because he's so close, he shouldn't have a time to shoot at me before he turns around. Oh, I walked into the electric gate. Damn it, I hate doing that. And then he's going to freeze in place after he takes so much damage, and then he'll blow up. And then these things will come out. Ugh. And sometimes they're nice and they don't shoot at you right away, and other times they shoot immediately. And like I was saying, it sucks that I got shot because, you know, now I need 5 more health points before I can get an extra life. So you have to play the game extremely well and basically not take any damage to earn extra min. And while it's a neat mechanic, you know, in theory, and it's actually quite convenient to do in code, you know, if you have full life and you get a health pack, just give them an extra man and loop the life points around. It's not a very good mechanic gameplay wise, because if I'm playing so well that I'm not getting shot, that I have full health, you know, to pick up the extra lives, I don't need the extra lives. You need extra min because you're not playing very well and you're dying a lot, and that means you're taking a lot of damage. And the only way to get extra lives in the game is to play really well. And if you're playing well enough that you're not getting shot or hit by the enemies, what do you need the extra lives for? So it's very disappointing in that matter, and there was no other way. It's not like there's an extra life like a green mushroom in Mario in any of the crates. No, it is the only way. No amount of points, no amount of anything can give you extra min. So it's part of what makes the game so bad, you know, slightly below average. Another thing I think is they really like missed the mark on the time travel aspect. Like here I'm in medieval times, but I'm not like in a, I mean, I guess later I go to a castle, but I'm not really, does this feel like medieval world to you? I mean, what are these, like, why am I in a cave? And what's up with these faces in the background? And why do headless turkeys walk out of a gate? and just get shot instantly. I have no idea what's happening here. I feel like I'm at a haunted circus in a Scooby-Doo game and not in medieval periods in a time-traveling shooter. Who are these rock monsters? Are they with the aliens? And why would the humans that I shot in the beginning help me? The graphics, again, like I keep saying, not bad. I mean, that's a cool looking torch, and the lighting effect is decent for the Super Nintendo days, but I mean, it's far from good. These little skulls can be a pain in the ass. This is a bit of a problem here because these dudes are going to jump on me. I definitely wanted to be further away. The trick to these skulls is they keep coming off the wall. The trick to the skulls is to shoot him with the bottom spread, right? Like here, and now when he flies at me, he has to fly through all 3 bullets. So by the time he gets above me to poop on my head, he's dead, right? Again, shoot him with the 3rd spread. He'll eventually fly at you. Now he's directly above you. He's dead. That's the way to do it. One of the things that I want to point out is the TGS meter to the far left. It's like the little blue bar. I don't really know what it stands for, but that's like my time thing, right? I have to pick up those crystals that I just picked up and they refill the blue bar. That's how much time I have to finish the stage. So if I need to find crystals to keep adding time to the clock, otherwise I guess my time travel thing runs out and you lose a life. And when you die in the game, you lose 1 level of a bullet. So like right now I'm at level 4, but if I were to die, I would jump down to level 3. And that's a huge deal, not so much 4 to 3, although kind of, but definitely 3 to 2 and 2 to 1. If you die so much that your gun is at level 1, it's pretty much into the game. I mean, enemies take so much, they take so many hits to kill, especially bosses, that if you can't hit them 3 times at once with the spread gun, you'll just be fighting them for hours and hours. Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but it becomes very difficult to win the game. Even casual enemies take a lot of hits. This thing here is a cool little triangle effect. It's invincibility, and I thought it was like a shield that it would go away when I get hit, but it's actually just on a timer. And these 2 wizard guys are the easiest bosses in the game. That's all there is to it. I don't know what their deal is. I don't know why they're there. Maybe it's to show me how to use the invincibility. Maybe they're the kings of these Joker faces. I don't understand. But this boss here, this guy, he fucking sucks. He's probably going to kick my ass. The only thing I can think is to stand here in the corner and kind of shoot at an angle and try to shoot him in the face. When he launches his little blue balls at you, kind of try to wiggle the gun a little bit and see if you can't hit him with the spread like that. He's going to kind of wiggle around a little bit more. And what I'm going to try to do now, is run underneath him and grab that. These rocks hit the ground and they like spread out into like little boulders that will hurt you, so the invincibility is good here to keep shooting him in the face. And if you just blast away at him, especially with the spread, and then up here where he breathes on the fire, he should die before this is over. It's odd that you can climb on this wall. It doesn't look like you can, but you totally can. So he's if you do it exactly like that, he's not that difficult of a boss. You do take some damage up there with the life, which is a bummer, and also I could totally use some crystals. I've been stopping to bullshit way too much. Gotta watch out for these little guys with their hands. They will fuck you up. Whoa, I forget about these things every single time. I don't know why giant spiked crates with Darth Vader's face fall out of the sky, but they fall at an angle, so they actually fall towards you, and it's a big pain in the ass. And it's really upsetting that they got me. I ran out of time. See, that's what happens if you don't get enough crystals. The only good news about running out of time is that now if I pick up a health thing, I will get an extra life. So I can kind of earn that life right back. Here, if you jump, the elevator stops, so you can jump up to shoot that guy. And again, watch out for this dude with the hand, because there is a screen transition and there's a little bit of a lag. And he will reach his hand out and hit you while you wait for the screen transition to occur. It's a very small window, but it can happen. You can run through this wall, and there's a gun here at the end, so be prepared to duck and kill it. Get these crystals to give you lots of time. It's a shame I died before I got to those crystals, because there's a bunch right there. You can tell that you can walk through walls, because when you shoot, if you can't walk through the wall, your gun will like kind of do an explosion against the edge. Like watch the bullets hit the wall. See, they do like a little spark, and then here they don't spark because they're traveling behind the wall. There's not much over here. See, that's just all there is there. So if you see me like not jump over to the left or whatever, it's because the screen ends just right there. It might not look like it, like here, but that's the edge of the screen. Again, like you could take the left path there, but there's nothing up there. Just wait for that gun to shoot and then make a run for it and then shoot at an angle, and you'll get an invincibility. And you can see that I got my life right back, so if I do well here, I shouldn't get shot. Take advantage of this invincibility and jump from the very far edge and get behind this cannon. Now don't move, because if you duck or anything, the cannon will hurt you. Oddly enough, you see how there's like this weird spiked thing that just came out of the wall above me? That's there, and there's one on the other side over here, and it'll be there until I kill both cannons. As far as I know, it's the only time in the game where I'm required to kill an enemy that's not a boss. And I don't know why the wall has like a saw blade in it, or why the saw blade is directly attached to 2 cannons, but there it is. Also, you can run through the wall, so pro tip. Not much over here. These things that I'm picking up are weapons. BZ, BB, GR, and TB. BZ, I don't know what it stands for. It's just a bomb, you know, kind of a weak one. BB is what I call the big bomb. It does a lot of damage. GR stands for grenade, you kind of toss it out, and TB is what I call a time bomb. It'll slow things down, and these are really good for bosses, but you don't get a lot of them when it's necessary. This boss's first attack is complete bullshit. Second problem of the game is that no matter where I hit this monster, this boss, whoa, he flashes like he's taking damage, right? Oh. But he's not actually getting hurt right now, right? I can only hurt him when I shoot him in the face. You have to destroy his shield, destroy his arm, and then destroy his head. And that's really, like, not obvious. You think that because he flashes, no matter where you shoot him, that you're hurting him. So you can spend your first time fighting this guy just blasting away and never actually doing any damage at all. He's being kind of an uncooperative jerk, though. His head just won't die. You don't get to keep your weapons. That's a BB. The bad thing about the BB is that it's actually a missile that shoots outwards, and that's it. He's dead. So unlike Contra, you can't just use it when you're in trouble. You have to actually hit an enemy with it. He marches back and forth. He blows up, and you don't get to keep your weapons when you move to the next stage. So you might as well use them to fight the boss. I was a little, I kind of held back a little bit, but you do get to cash them in at the end here for points. So if you're the type of player that cares about points, save them. But I say on a casual playthrough, since there's no continues and very few ways to earn extra lives, use them up, man. Just go crazy on bosses. Primary sequence initiated. Portal lock on active. It doesn't take too long to get the hang of it, but we are going to go to the Cretaceous period, I think I said that right, and fight the dinosaurs. But I'm going to do that in the next video, so as soon as this comes through, I'm going to pause the game, and we'll have to pick it up next time. I hope you all liked watching. I loved playing. Until next time, everybody... Wait for it. Stage 2 is quite interesting, so you'll want to check it out. I get a cool little jet scooter, but we'll do that on the next stage. So until next time, everybody, peace. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Time Slip for the Super Nintendo. So before I unpause it, this level is very difficult your first time through. There's really no trick or tip I can give you. You just kind of have to know what's going to happen ahead of time. So I'm going to be on this crazy little scooter, and let's go. So the trick is that first of all, things are going to come from behind you. Again, if you hold down the A button, the B button, I can't look down to see which one it is, you can shoot and then you can move around. Otherwise, when you move, the D-pad will determine which direction you're shooting. Right? But I've locked the gun to shoot in the front. So after 3 rounds to the front, people are going to shoot in the back. These eagles are going to come, so shoot behind you. And this is what I'm saying. If you don't know where things are going to come from, good luck to you. People are going to come from the top. When people come from the top like this, it's good to kind of shoot at an angle and then just kind of wiggle around like this and try to get as many of them as you can. And if one slips by, just be ready to miss it. We're in the Cretaceous period, so I'm not sure what these big-ass buildings are. I guess maybe the aliens built them. Forward, back, forward, back, forward, back. But I don't know. They're always in the center. You don't ever have to move up and down. They always warn you when one's coming up, which is quite convenient. Getting a little hairy. Getting a little hairy. Forgetting what I'm doing. Okay, so that should be it. Like this, they warn you, and they're always here in the center. It's not like Battletoads where you have to like move up and down. I expected that, but no, just this. Once you know what you're doing, like what I'm doing right now, it's not too terrible. But this third round gets crazy. And if I'm smart, I can use this section to farm lives. Forward, back, get the eagles that come up behind you. And then this is where it gets crazy. So I kind of want to not pick up health. Enemies are more likely to drop health if you're missing a piece of life. Right? Oh, this is what I want. Okay, so get hit and then try to shoot as many of these rocks as you can. It is going so bad for me. And they should start dropping health like that. Whew. There we go, there we go, there we go. We want as many. Oh, that is so bad. I will be happy if I can end this stage with, you know, one extra life, like 10 men. I consider anything above 9 lives good. Okay, cool, 11. So this is the boss. This is the first boss at the stage. Shoot down at an angle, you fucker. And if you shoot down at an angle and you hang up in this left corner, you're pretty safe. When I first tried to fight this boss, I tried to get right in front of him and move up and down, you know, vertically with him. And it was really difficult to like avoid all of his attacks, but you can pretty much just hang up here and you're pretty safe. The only attack you have to watch out for is like this creepy slow crawl that he does, that right there, where he kind of comes after you and then you just sort of cycle around him. Oh, fuck me. I messed up. You don't ever want to stop shooting because as soon as you stop shooting, you stop your lock. So that's it. So I really could have killed that guy without dying. I just made a really stupid mistake. And what's unfortunate about that is, like I said, I want to try to beat the game with more lives than I started. And this section is complete and utter bullshit. And because I died, it took my weapon all the way back to level 1. And now my gun is like really weak. And they're going to drop all of this shit on my head. See what I mean? Just fucking shoot the box, you fucker. Climb the goddamn wall. And look how much damage. I mean, and there's really like no way to avoid this. There's nothing in that first box. These grenades and shit that I'm getting, they're useless against the next boss. I don't even know why they give them to you. How was I supposed to avoid that rock? So then you get to fight this crazy dinosaur dragon thing, right? Just stay in the corner. When he shoots in your direction, when he does those spread ones, duck. He can hit you when you're ducking sometimes, but more often than not, he'll miss. Otherwise, I have no advice. Try not to die because the spread is the far more powerful weapon because you can hit him with 2 or 3 bullets per shot. But I don't know. This is really it. This is literally my strategy. To stand here, shoot at an angle, and duck when he kind of shoots in your direction. Oh, see, I stood up too soon. And maybe he has a pattern with the way that he shoots, but I don't know what it is. And unfortunately, bosses, they have way too much life. That's one of the things that I don't like about the game, is that we can do this for a long time. Longer than we should have to. And if you only have a level 1 gun, you're going to do it for even longer. Whoa! And watch out because, you know, if you stop shooting, your character will run. I think the background is like kind of cool. You can see that they were going for a real Contra-esque thing. And that this dragon, I mean, he looks sort of cool, right? But he looks pretty derpy. I mean, the background has the cool Contra glowing effect. You got these cool like burning rocks and stuff, but it's just not working, huh? It's just not good enough. And it's really just the lack of like what was that attack? He just like popped his head out and then just wiggled it back and forth and then just went away. Where am I at? You know, excuse me. Oh my God. Look, the game's so bad, like I'm choking to death. like, where am I supposed to be at, you know? And you would think that with all of the opportunity you would have for a time-traveling Contra warrior in the dinosaur age, this seems like a real missed opportunity. And it was the same way in the first level with the medieval castle. You know, and we're just going to keep doing this, and we just hope that we don't die. We hope that we can kill this boss without getting hit so that we can exit this stage with more lives than we started the game with. And that's it. He's dead. I could jump across and get those like grenades or whatever. Totally not worth it. I am not going to risk falling in the hole and dying at the end. The good news is, though, is that that is the end of level 2. That's it. So it's a little bit shorter than the first stage. It takes a little bit of practice to get that first part down, that auto scroller, but that's the most difficult part. And once you got it done, and once you learn that you can duck underneath the fireballs of the dragon, he becomes a slightly easier boss. If you don't know that you can duck to avoid those, because why would you think that? That guy's really hard. You just get shot a lot. And it's not until stage 3 that we go to Egypt, which is odd because Egypt is what they showed us in the story. But here we go. And of course, guys, I'm going to have to call the video here. And we'll have to do stage 3 Egypt next time. So until then, I hope you enjoyed watching. I loved playing it. I love all of y'all. Yada, yada, yada. Until next time, everybody. Peace. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Time Slip for the Super Nintendo. This is stage 3 and this is Egypt, and this stage is only difficult because of how long it is. There's a lot of opportunities to mess up, but the game is nice enough to start you off with a nice little chance to get an extra life here. But watch out for this little spot here with all these circles. This is actually quicksand, so I have to kind of jump my way through it. Once you get through it, just shoot at an angle because there's a bunch of dudes on the roof here, and if you just keep running through them, nobody will hit you. This first part, if you get a good run, is extremely easy, which is very fortunate. It's the later sections that will become a challenge. I believe there's 3 parts to it, each part more and more difficult. We're going to get over here, we're going to collect some things, yada yada yada, we're going to shoot some more guys. Every now and then I just sort of turn around and shoot behind me, kill anybody that might be trying to sneak up from behind. But none of these humans shoot anything at you, and I've never encountered an alien here, so it's pretty easy. This is the easiest mini-boss that I think you'll encounter in the entire game. If you have spread shot, just put your foot on the little circle on the ground and then just shoot at an angle. He tries to shoot lasers at you like that, but you can blow up the lasers before they even come out of his face, so you don't even have to move, you don't have to dodge, he blows up, you can run behind him, hey. And that's pretty much it. Normally I would be upset about how easy a mini-boss is, but because this stage is so long and kind of difficult, I actually like the fact that that boss is so easy. And I just want to point out, check out the camel in the background. I do like the camel in the background. So now we're going to go into the pyramid, and the pyramid is kind of a pain in the ass. The problem with the pyramid is that you always have these fucking bats in the ceiling, and while the bats aren't very difficult by themselves, in combination with snakes that jump out of sarcophagi, I'm not sure how you would say it, the combination of the two can be very dangerous. We'll see the snakes later, like right here. So snakes come out and then they jump out of the coffin like that and then come at you. And you're going to notice that 1, there's a lot of snakes in there. And 2, I never really know how far the snakes are going to jump out of the coffin. Sometimes they barely cover any distance at all. Other times they cover a lot of distance. So you always have to run away from the snakes and then duck to shoot them. This next part is also a bit tricky. There's going to be things that come out of the wall, but you do not want to grab a hold of the wall. You just want to go for a long jump, and that wasn't far enough. Don't grab a hold of the wall, don't grab a hold of the wall, don't grab a hold. Okay, I'll take that. So I could have done that slightly better, but if I can fall and I can only take 1 damage to boost the whole time, I'm totally fine with that. What can happen is that your character can grab a hold of the wall, and then you're pretty much screwed. You can't climb down the wall fast enough to avoid the things coming out, and when you try to jump off the wall, the character has to jump at an angle, which either lands you right back on the wall, or you land on a platform, neither of which are places where you want to be. So the trick there is to go for like a long fall. It might not have looked that difficult, but I promise you, if you do it wrong, it's gonna suck. There's the robot again, this time not very difficult, not a threat, not yet. It doesn't matter which one of these you jump on, I always jump on the right one because when I get to the top I can jump up here and then I can immediately run away from the snakes. and then duck, and this is going to be where the snakes and the bats work together to be a pain in the ass. So you don't have enough time to get the snakes. There's not enough room to run away from the snakes here. So run and jump. And I'm going to do that same exact thing on this next platform. And you can see how, because of the bats, that can be a little bit more difficult than, you know, what you might think it should be. But if you kind of do it like that and shoot up at an angle, you can usually stop them. There's a lot of jewels here. If you're running short on time, you can go all the way over to the right, but I'm not going to because there's no need. I'm just going to go for the faster route. Whoa, well, that was a little bit faster than I expected. And if you fall to the right, these dudes with the arrows can be a bit tricky. If you jump and shoot, you can take them. And I think if I duck, that's how you do that. Watch out for the gun in the ceiling. And then this is weird because you think this is a collectible, but it's actually a warp zone. I guess it's an alien warp zone. Jump in the middle here. There's some jewels to the left, but I don't need them. I have plenty of time, and I'm not going to make the risk of falling. When you collect the jewels, you have to jump over some spikes back onto the little hoverboard platform. Normally I do it in casual playthroughs, but for the video, I definitely don't want to die there. Mummies are not a problem. Mummies are actually really easy enemies. They take a lot of hits, but not a threat. What's scary is that some of these have snakes, and I never know which ones have boxes, which ones have mummies, and which ones have snakes. And you can see that the snakes jump out at different distances. I don't know if the distance that a snake lunges at you is random or if it's based off the position of my character. I never really understand. So snakes are absolutely terrifying to me in this stage. But this should be about the end of the pyramid, if I remember correctly. And there's no pyramid mini-boss. But what's weird is that then you go here, and I guess this is where the aliens have set up shop. So now I'm in the alien pyramid base. And this part can be a huge, huge pain in the ass. There's a lot of guns that come out of the ceilings, things you gotta watch for. I'm gonna try to get a little bit more quiet maybe. Whoa, whoa. Take it a little bit more seriously. Watch out for this thing. There's no need to rush out there. He'll just fly over you and away. If you rush out there too quickly, you'll just run right into his hail of bullets. I usually kill this gun right above me. The bad thing is that anytime you kill like a turret gun like that, they always come back. So there's going to be another turret gun in the ceiling here or in the next room. I think it's in the next room here. So you got to blow it up, but I need to make a jump, and there's another turret gun, and then there's a guy there, and hopefully I can make the jump. And you want to try to make that jump a little shallow because of that turret gun, but that's okay. I don't mind taking the damage boost there. Again, another robot. Not a threat here, especially if you have the spread gun. His missiles are heat-seeking. I'm not sure if I mentioned that, and that's going to be a problem here in a second. So watch out for the turret guns. Make your jumps. Kill these guys and make the run for it to dodge the bullets. Again, the big part of this stage is just speed. So this is where the robot is going to be a pain in the ass. So I got to get him here. But then I gotta watch out for this turret gun that's gonna keep coming back. See it at the top of the screen, plus the robot's shooting heat-seeking missiles at me. So I'm gonna get a little quiet. I need a little bit of concentration time here. I could probably use a grenade or something if I was a little bit more focused, but this is how I've always kind of done it, so I'm just gonna do it this way. All right. That could have gone a little better, could have gone a lot worse. This part I don't really understand. There's these lasers, but if you just run and shoot, you'll make it through. I think the lasers are on the whole time I'm on the platform, not 100%. What's odd is that I don't have a time bomb. Normally when I fight this guy, I have a time bomb, and this time I do not, so we're gonna use some of these. And we're gonna hope we can kill him really quickly. So normally I have a time bomb there, and it's best to use, because if you use the time bomb, you can shoot all the little balls that he launches out. If you don't have a time bomb, use the strategy that I just did, and that's just unload all of your weapons on him. He's not a difficult boss, but the little balls that he shoots out will start bouncing around, and they can get out of control, and they can really fuck you up. You don't want to use your big bombs if you can avoid it, because you want to save the big bombs for the final boss. This robot, not such a pain in the ass. What I noticed is that when you run, you hold your gun slightly higher than you normally do. So if you run, you can get 2 bullets over this platform, where if you just stand here, you can only get 1. You see how that works? I guess it's because of his little head bob. I'm about to run out of time. Hopefully I can kill this boss before I do, because I'd really like to get out of here with 11 lives. So this is the final boss, and I pretty much just unload big bombs on him. Like that. Like, oh, wow, that's a real shame that that happened. Getting ripped off. But that's the end of the boss, and that's the end of the stage, and that is a huge relief because that is a long, difficult stage. It takes a lot of practice to get pretty good at that one. So, whew. That's a huge relief. That's not the most difficult stage in the game, but that is one of the more difficult stages in the game. And I'm glad I did so well, and not only did I beat it, but I believe I beat it with an extra life. So what's next? Portal lock on active. Target date, we are going to Rome. But you know how this goes, guys. We are going to do Rome in the next video. So we're going to wait for him to do his little time warp. I hope you all have enjoyed watching the video. I've enjoyed playing. I've enjoyed making them. And until next time, everybody, I love you all. And I'll see you next time. Peace, everybody. Bye. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Time Slip for the Super Nintendo. So we are in Rome, and this stage, I'm okay at it. I could probably do better with a little bit more practice. It's not a very difficult stage, but there is like this one little wall climbing part. Whoa, boy, the bullets right here that kind of gets me. I don't really understand how you're supposed to do this. The good news is you do get an extra life right there. So it's these guys and their bullets, but there's also going to be these dudes that come up on like these little like floating platform things. Oh man, oh, is that, there we go, is that how, see, I can't get him. And these guys are gonna keep coming up, so like I don't really. Okay, I'm doing okay. So that's really my strategy. Maybe other people have like a better way to manage this, but this is just sort of how I manage it. I try to get him with the top spray there. Maybe you can get him with the angle. But that, something like that always happens. But that's okay because there should only be one more of those walls, and oh, unfortunately there's not an extra life there. I thought there was. That's okay, we're just gonna climb and take the shots and try to run, and just get to the top. Probably not the best strategy in the world, but I find that it works, and I'm doing okay. So these fireballs are gonna come. Oh, wow. Normally they don't come in a pattern like that, and you're able to jump and avoid them. It seems like every time I hit the record button, something crazy happens. But you can get a hit point back. There's like these little guns in the ceiling here. There's gonna be another one here to kind of watch out for. As long as you know it's there, it's not that difficult. It's the fact that it shoots immediately as soon as it comes on the screen, so be prepared to dodge the bullet. I like the water effect in the background. I think the graphics in this game aren't great, but I think some of it's kind of cool. I like the sunset. Just avoid that gun. I think it's weird that they give me an invincibility thing here. I guess maybe the developers have just realized that they haven't used this in a long time and they should use it again. But here it is, so just use it for what it's worth. It doesn't last too long. Kill the gun, climb the wall. If you go through this area quick, you won't struggle too much with it. I almost never get shot here, and now that I say that, I'm expecting to take some damage, but that's the end of it. So this is what I assume to be the Colosseum. If you pay attention, you should be okay. You know, you kind of want to go quick, but not too quick. Watch out for the aliens. Oh, and I was just about to say the humans, because everybody shoots at you here. And then blast open a hole in the floor and drop down. This is a weird boss. So this is the boss's first mode, and he just stands here with his arms crossed. And then he appears behind you, and he does this weird fire thing that sometimes I can avoid, sometimes I can't. Then he shows up as a woman, and he tries to shoot an arrow, and then he dies. But if he doesn't die right there, he repeats those same 3 phases over and over and over. And it's weird because his first phase has absolutely nothing. He doesn't move, he doesn't attack, he just stands there and gets shot. I think that's like an odd decision, but again, because the game is kind of difficult, I'm glad that there are opportunities for for me to dish out a straight ass whooping. This is a perfect example of these fucking guns just sucking complete and utter shit. There's these laser cannons at the top. If you have a spread, you can reach them to shoot them. Otherwise, I don't know what you do. I think a grenade might be an okay tactic here to use against... Whoa. You see what's happening here? against the aliens. But usually I just kind of go for like a run and gun style, like you see. Again, my general strategy of gameplay is what I call the Rambo method, and that's where you just sort of run in guns blazing. But this stage is not very long, and there's this little area here, and just kind of watch out for cheap shots like that. Usually there's a cheap shot on the next screen as well. We'll see. Yeah, see that alien, he's always just like in my face. This is the final boss, and he is okay. You just kind of have to like wait. Now that he's moved away from the edge of the screen, you can just stand at an angle here and just shoot. And that's it. That's the end of that stage. So it's not a very difficult stage. In fact, it's actually a huge relief compared to the difficulty of the last stage. Now, I know this video isn't very long and that I should probably do the next stage. The problem is that the next stage is a little longer, and I would prefer that each video be one stage each. So I'm sorry that this video is only going to be like, what, 5, maybe 6 minutes if even. But hey, that's just how it goes sometimes. Sometimes you get a 20-minute video, sometimes you get a 5 one. And that's the end of stage 4. So this is stage 5 out of 6, and we're going to go to 2147, the alien invasion. And as you're going to see here in a minute, it's another auto scroller, except this one is far more difficult than stage 2. And not to give away any spoilers, but there really is no secret to this stage. You just have to know what's going to happen. But we're going to do this stage on the next episode. So until next time, everybody, I hope you enjoyed watching. I've enjoyed playing. I love you all. Peace. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Time Slip for the Super Nintendo. This is stage 5, and it's an auto scroller, so you gotta kind of be prepared and know where enemies are coming in advance to really stand a chance to clear the waves. It's gonna be back, forward. You can tell a wave is completed when the last enemy drops a little prize for you. The prize is a good way to farm lives. If you're missing a life bar, the prize will be a health point. So if you can lose 1 health point and then survive 2 rounds without picking it up or getting hit again, that's like a guaranteed extra life. I'll kind of show you what I mean later. I might be a little bit more quiet in this video. We'll see, because I kind of want to concentrate. This part is kind of tricky. It's especially when enemies come from the front. And I want to try to use the stage to farm as many lives as I can, because the second half of this level, not so bad. But the very last stage... Can I do it? Can I do it? I did it. Okay, sorry, I gotta check where we're at. Okay, back, forward, back, forward. Get him. Okay, I'll take that. It's forward. Back. There's also a little bit of difficulty in getting him to like turn where he wants to shoot. It's just because after you release the button, the gun shoots a few more rounds, so you can't change direction too quickly or it won't take a hold. All right, back, forward, back. Enemies coming from the back aren't as big a threat as enemies coming from the front. Enemies coming from the back approach fairly slowly. It's the enemies that approach from the front that come in quickly. So this should be another good place to pick up a health point. Back. See, when I'm pausing it, I'm checking my cheat sheet. Okay, and then forward, forward, back, back. See, we want to try to not pick that up, and it's going to kind of float towards me. There we go. And now I get an extra life. Back, back. And again, we'll pick that one up because we can use it. And back. 10 lives would be good. I gotta go forward, back, forward, forward. Okay, you gotta react quick to these guys. Sorry if I'm getting quiet. Forward, back, forward, forward. Back, back. Okay, we'll pick that up. Oh, crap, crap. These guys, especially these dude on the red scooters, they approach so quickly you don't have a lot of time, and it's important. Okay, so this is a boss. So it's really good to be missing a health life here because every single one of these little blue orbs is going to drop a prize. So you can get them to drop a lot of life. The best scenario is to be missing only one health point and then kill all of the orbs without getting hit and pick up a lot of extra lives. Not a very difficult boss. The little white balls can get lost in the chaos though, so you can get shot. Like my timing is off, but okay, I'll take that. All right. Whew. Back, forward, back. Again, enemies coming from the back are kind of like a relief. They can still get you, but they're a lot more relaxing. Although I believe these guys are going to have missiles, and that makes them a little bit more difficult because if you blow them up before they launch the missile explodes. Otherwise, the missile is a separate object, just like that. And they kind of like try to corner you in towards like a bottom quadrant of the screen or something. So don't stay too low or too high. Try to constantly move up. These guys come quick. There should be like another set of guys that come really quick. See, this is what happens if you get them on the screen. Oh. Shoot behind you. And now I'm going to try to like work my way up. Oh, damn. So now when I beat a guy and he drops a prize, the prize he'll drop will be a 3-shooter. So I got to kill one of these balls, pick up the 3-shot, and then kill the rest of the balls without getting hit to get as many extra health points and lives that I can pick up. See, like I need that. So again, I got to focus. Okay, going well. If this guy's gonna drop, oh, there we go, that's okay. I was gonna say, if I had killed that guy without getting shot, he would drop a health thing, and I wouldn't want to pick it up because it would fill up my life. And this is the boss, so it's a good thing to be missing one health bar here too. It's really easy to farm health points off the boss. And the boss, not too difficult. The stage getting up to the boss is quite challenging, but this part's not too terribly bad. I like to stay lower and just kind of try to avoid the little like saw blade wheels and try to be careful of the gun. Some of the saw blade wheels will drop items. I'm not sure how frequently or why, if it's random or like if I do something but occasionally I'll see a health thing pop up. He's gonna go away. So now missiles are gonna come at me and just kind of dodge up and down, and you'll see that missiles are likely to drop a decent amount of items. So if you could just do this and not get shot. Come on, oh, I'm not getting any lives. There we go, 12 lives. And then again, we repeat. Usually you can get about 2 rounds of that. I've tried to go as long as I can and just farm a bunch of lives. I feel like they started to drop less and less items. The missiles did, and it got harder and harder. Whoa, it's going so badly. And it got harder and harder to pick up health. At like the first 2 rounds, he's fairly forgiving, but the 3rd and the 4th round, not so much. I'm not sure what causes them to drop items. You know, like if there's just like a certain amount of them that have them assigned to drop items, if it's like a random thing, like I've killed so many enemies. I'm not sure how the drops occur, but see, it's a real shame because I missed a lot of opportunities though. But 13 lives is good. If I can kill this thing really quickly right here, which I should, we get to move on to the second half, and that's... See, now the wheels are dropping items, and that's the end of the boss. You can tell he's done when he starts bobbing up and down. That's not the end of the stage, though, but that's the end of the auto-scrolling portion. The second half of this stage, not very difficult. You just have to watch out for the landmines on the ground. They're kind of hard to see. They're like those little tiny circles that it just blew up. And there's a fair amount of them, so be careful, but otherwise it's fairly short. It's a little bit maze-like, but... I figured out the maze quickly. Here's another little set of mines to watch out for. Oh, I landed right on it. What a shame. It's okay. I got 14 lives, and if we can get out of here with something even close to that, that's really good. Here's another section where you kind of want to like, okay, I got that one. Oh, see, I didn't see that one. I walked right into it. That fucking sucks, guys. Sorry. And there's one right here. This one always gets me too, so go on ahead and grab that. Now, these little like spinny things are warps. So it's kind of a maze-like stage in that you have to know which warp to go to, but you kind of just choose the one that feels natural, like the one on the far left. Again, you're gonna go here. I don't know why you flash when you climb up the stairs. Don't understand, it happens every time. You wanna choose again the far one. Can't really do much about that. Now you're in this little hallway. When you find this hallway, you know you're on the right track. There's this box, pick it up, watch out for the guns. This is the one we really want. It'll give me my shots back. And that's it, watch out for the landmines. Go all the way over to the end. See, again, I don't know why you flash when you climb the ladder. And then you choose the far right one again. And this is the boss. So if you stand about here, this gun up top can't get you because he's going to try to shoot straight down. And then just use your big bombs when he launches those little tiny balls, because the big bombs will kill them all. And it's like the easiest boss in the world. That's it. He's done. And that's the end of the stage. And I know the video, you know, audio-wise, probably not great. The commentary not fantastic. But there's not a lot to say. You just have to really focus and really know what's going on. I suggest watching a video and making a cheat sheet. That's what I did. But that's it. That's stage 5 out of 6. We're going to move on, and we're going to do stage 6 now. Primary sequence initiated. Portal lock-on active. Target date 10/09/2147. Tiamat. We're going to the aliens' planets. We're bringing the fight to them. We're going to single-handedly win this war. You guys ready to see what the last stage looks like? You ready to see the alien planet of Tiamat? Oh, there it is. It's gorgeous. Look at it in all of its woodsy glory. It's like Avatar years before Avatar. Should have sent a poet. All right, guys, we're going to have to do the last stage and beat the game in the next video. Until then, I hope you enjoyed watching. I enjoyed playing. I love you all. Peace. Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Time Slip for the Super Nintendo. This is stage 6 out of 6. This is Tiamat. This is the final level, the final boss. So because it's the last stage, I'm not great at this level. You know, it's the one I've had the least amount of experience with. But I'm fairly confident I can beat it. I'll give you a little bit of tips. The trick here is that because there's all of this shit in the foreground, although it looks fairly cool, it blocks a lot of what's happening. So the trick is to just be really, really cautious. Try to move slowly, like see that little purple guy up there? He's about to drop on my head. Nah, this gun is kicking my ass. There's like these little like, I don't know, man, like these little tiny brown flower things that like fly up and shoot you. There's just a lot going on. So the trick is to just go as slow as you can and kind of creep your way through it. You'll slowly learn over time what to look out for. There's things in the ceiling that you need to look out for. And there are these little tiny brown things like on the far right of the screen. You see them? They'll fly at you and then they'll get in your face and blow up. And in the top right is about to be a little like mouth monster that like poops these little orange guys. So you got to take it out as well. There'll be a couple of those to keep an eye out for. The problem is that everything blends in, and I'm sure it's by design. Did you see the purple guy crawling at the top? So we got to run away, and you just sort of run away and shoot those guys and get them to drop. I think they drop after taking so much damage. You don't have a lot of time because there's always like this big clump of flowers. See, there's another purple one. So run away and shoot at an angle. Run away and shoot at an angle. If the TGS meter is ever going to be an issue, it's going to be an issue in this stage because you do have to get all the way through the stage and beat the final boss with that timer. Again, the good news is that if the timer runs out, all it does is just take a life. I have a lot of lives, so that's really beneficial. That's why I'm feeling pretty confident about this. That's basically my trick. Enter this stage with a lot of lives. Again, watch out for the brown things. And don't be afraid to use weapons here. I'll show you here in a minute, so watch out for this turret gun. Again, slow and steady, slow and steady. There's a lot going on. See, like crystals that rise out of the ground and stuff. Real easy to walk into these things. Oh, didn't even see that purple guy. Okay. If you try to maintain the spread as long as you can and use the upper and lower spreads to take out enemies on higher and lower levels. So like this one, Not such a pain in the ass, right? But now there's like a mouth on the other side that's gonna poop orange guys. So how do we get that one? All right, just like this, with the bottom part of the spread. Watch out for the crystal. Again, things real easy. So just kind of tap the D-pad in the direction. Don't really run, just sort of crawl, step it through. Like I think another crystal's gonna come out of the ground. Over time, you'll learn to spot the hazards. I'm sure to a lot of you seeing this for the first time, you're surprised by how I know where to shoot. I don't know. It's just a skill you learn. Here's like a good place for a grenade. Take that asshole out. You only have one grenade though, so I'm not really sure what they expect you to do. Oh, I don't know why I did that. That was stupid. Ugh. These little guns are everywhere and they will be a pain in the ass. In fact, actually, spoiler alert, one of the bosses is actually a bunch of little guns. Shame we died because we really wanted to keep our spread for this, but if you can get far enough back in the corner, a lot of his homing missiles will just drive right into the wall. And it's okay to die a little bit here because there's going to be some boxes. Oh, we do want that box. Okay, get that guy. Easy to kill that guy by running at an angle like that. And I'm not sure if this is going to be... It's just a bomb. We do want a lot of items. A lot of items help making the boss fight at the end easier. There's a lot of forms and there's like a little mini boss or two that you got to take out first. So it's good to have a lot of weapons at your disposal to try to make it easier on yourself. But before you kind of go into that next section, the game is really cool about kind of loading you up here. So if you don't lose your cool in this final stretch, you can get a lot of your life back and a lot of your ammo. Now, once you go through the warp over here, you are going to be at the boss. So you got to be careful. Like right there, a bunch of lives. I don't really want all of those. I'm never going to make the jump. Well, now we have no choice. So I didn't want to pick those up because now I have to fight the boss. And although I have an extra life, I didn't need the life. What I wanted was the health. And now I only have 2 health bars instead of a full life bar, which is really shitty. And what I wanted to do was not shoot the boxes and just run right through them. But I got a little trigger happy and I fucked it up. But that's okay. We'll make it work. The first time you fought these robots, I told you to just sort of use your big bombs. If you have the spread and you stand back in the corner, holding down the A button allows you to like shoot in different directions without running. So you just sort of stand in the corner and blast away like that. You do have to fight them in groups of 2s. So, you know, if you want to use your weapons, it's okay. I probably should because after this fight, I go to the final boss and the final boss will always load me up on all weapons. So, I don't know. There's really no need to be conservative here. I just am for some reason, some unknown reason. But what I really want to do is keep these time bombs selected. I guess I like the practice of doing this. You know, as I played the game, I always fought these guys like this so that I could get good at fighting them. So what's going to happen is little tiny guns are going to open up in these doors and they're going to respawn for 4 or 5 times and there's going to be like 2 or 3 of them that open, right? And I'm not very good at this. This is why I like having a lot of lives because it's real easy to like for these to get out of hand. They just start coming quicker and quicker. You want to kill them as fast as possible. See, like I didn't kill that one at the top. Now I got a mess going. Oh man, I used my time bomb and walked right into it. The time bomb is pretty helpful here because it slows things down, you know, allows you to like really get in a lot of shots on these guys. But I mean, there's just so many bullets that like, just not sure what you're supposed to do, you know, even in slow motion, like, what's my plan of attack here? Stay cornered, I guess. You can use other items, but because, like, unlike Contra, your big bomb doesn't just blow up, you have to actually hit something with it. So if you want to use, like, a big bomb, you have to, you know, you have to time it just right. I know this is crazy for me to do this, but actually I'm kind of in a safe spot, so it's all right. I totally knew this safe spot was there. That's a pro tip, just showing that trick off. But really, I just want to get rid of the far gun, because the far gun is the pain in the ass. There's always the one bullet coming from you from the other side of the screen, which makes it way more difficult. When I get down to about this point, my gun is so weak that I just kind of evolve into this like barbaric, just kill him, just go. Take the hits and kill him as quick as possible. Ugh. Okay, that's actually perfect. I wanted to die. It should refill my guns. It should refill all of my bullets, and I'll have 8 lives and full health to try to take out the boss with. The boss, not too terrible. I suggest using big bombs. He's gonna like kind of go over your head and then drop down. I suggest just using big bombs right away. Try to take out them arms as quick as possible. See, like he'll try to jump down on me now. Just run to the other side of the screen and shoot at an angle. And again, he should try to drop down. I don't know why he's not. I guess I didn't give him enough time. There we go. And then back to the corner. Normally the hand's dead by now, and we're doing something else. There we go. And he's still going to continue the pattern. Now he might open up his face and like throw a bunch of coconuts at you or whatever. I guess he poops out of his like third eye. I don't know what it is. Same type of deal. You just sort of stand in the corner and blast away. Yeah, a lot like this. And you just try to hope you can shoot him as fast as possible. Maybe not a terrible time to use a slowdown. Sometimes he'll open his mouth in the middle and then he'll just like shoot straight. That's the best opportunity to get like a lot of shots in, because you're safe in the corner, especially if you have the spread. But you're pretty safe in the corner even with just like a single shot gun. What's going to happen though is that he's eventually going to get bored with this and he's going to go away, and then 2 more of those little like bomb throwing robots are going to come at me. And there's no way to earn any life, and the next hit I'm going to die and it's going to drop my weapon down. Now the difference between 3 and 4 is not huge, but the difference between 2 and 3, level 2 and 3, is kind of a big deal. So see here, he's just in the middle and he's throwing coconuts, totally safe. I'm going to use another time thing to just get in a bunch of shots. You know, I'm going to try to get in as many hits as I can here because it's just such a good opportunity to blast away. I can't jump high enough to use any of my other bombs. Oh, we got him. Cool. Otherwise, he would have went away. 2 more grenade throwing robots would have come. He would have come back and we would have repeated the process forever. But guys, I am fantastic. That is the end of Time Slip. You guys ready for the ending? Your planet needs you. Mission accomplished. Tiamat is swallowed by the temporal rift and is wiped out of existence. Moist live at the club. Dr. Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh setups Chronocop Agency. Safe timeline. The timeline is safe due to scientist Dr. Vincent S. Gilgamesh setting up a Chronocop Agency or something. Also, there was a riot at the Moist concert. Awesome. I have beaten another one. Woo! I get to enter my high score. Does anybody care? I mean, let's do the classic. Oh, I get to enter my whole name. Well, I'm not going to do that. Dr. Gilgamesh, look at him giving you the thumbs up. Today's heroes, I'm #1. That's it, guys. That's another one. That is the end of Time Slip for the Super Nintendo. It is, I would give it a solid 4 out of 5. It's not a great game. It's not a terrible game. I've played better. You know, only play it if you're really into shooters or something. I don't know. I hope you all like watching. I've enjoyed playing. I'm glad this game's over. I love you all. Until next time, peace.